we are live. Hello, everybody. I ran the wrong intro. I'm annoyed. So, I'm annoyed at myself because I ran the wrong intro like a jackass. How is everybody doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. I have friends with me, and I'm gonna have everybody introduce themselves, and then we will do some writing and whatnot. All right. I'm gonna start below me with Dana.
Hi, I am Dana Golland. I also write under the pen name Ava Fox, and I'm here to write. Yay!
Awesome, awesome. And Morgan?
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I am a querying fantasy writer, and I'm working on my space fantasy. And yeah, it's
Awesome.
still going from NaNoWriMo.
Just keep going. It'll happen eventually. You'll be done eventually. If you keep going. If you don't keep going, then no, that's not how that works. You won't just wake up one day and elves did it. That will not happen. Sorry. CJ.
Hello, I'm CJ Blair. I'm a writer of things. Tonight I am also working on my NaNoWriMo. But it's okay because I am also taking this week off of work for spring break because most of my students are going to be gone. And so I am going to write all this week. That's my goal.
Very cool.
It would have been a really good weekend to go camping.
It would have. Sadly,
I don't like it. I don't like the COVID. I hit the dislike button. Thumbs down.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Let me talk to the chat. Jeannie is here and Dana is here. And Jeannie knew I was going to say duty. And you guys all got me now. And CJ made me say duty. And Morgan made me say duty. So hello, hello. Hello to you. Let's see, Rosalind and 412. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We are going to do 15-minute writing sprints. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little off. I was up on Twitch last night until like 1:30 in the morning. And I still worked today. So I'm a little sleepy and a lot weird.
I just want you to know that I enjoyed watching your Twitch, and I fell asleep to the sound of
Of my fuckery.
Yeah, and then I woke up and I looked at my phone and it's all, this session has ended. Would you like to replay? And I was like, sure. Put me to sleep the first time.
That's awesome.
The soothing sound of Sarah's voice.
And she does have a very soothing voice.
I've been told that. I used to have people try to convince me to like do sex lines. And I'm like, yeah, no, it doesn't work if you're laughing the whole time.
Right.
My
Like,
sister,
Kind of kills the mood.
Yeah.
my twin, once answered the phone in front of her boyfriend at my mom's house back when we were teenagers, in front of her boyfriend, another guy friend of ours, and my mom. And then the boys decided to, her voice, phone answering voice has a particular tenor to it. And the boys decided to start discussing which phone sex operator number she sounded like.
Oh, that's funny.
In front of my mom.
That's the kind of shenanigans that would happen in my house.
It was
Yeah.
awkward. A little
Yeah.
awkward. Very funny, a little awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd probably be like, hey, Mom, we're going to start a business. You want in?
Right?
I believe that my sister had not yet known a man at that point in her life.
Known a man. That is an excellent phrase.
Oh, good
Or a
Lord.
woman at that point, you know,
Right.
other than herself.
Right.
So.
But that's a whole other thing.
That I do not need to know the details of.
I don't disagree. That's a fair point. I
Yeah.
should probably like open my document because that will make using it slightly more functional.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The hell's the name of that folder?
I share the opening to my space fantasy at a new critique group this week.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, you know, because of the opening, it's so fantastic and lyrical and stuff. It sounded kind of like a fairy tale, which is kind of like the feel I'm going for. And I was like, well, it's technically kind of more like a prologue slash, you know, info dump. And it gets less, you know, lyrical as the story goes on. And they're like, oh, wow, that's the most charming info dump I've ever heard.
Oh, you were called charming.
I know. I've been floating on that since about 7:30 yesterday. Charming info dump.
That's lovely.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
you know, some
I'm
people
trying to-
really enjoy an info dump.
I'm trying to envision what this charming info dump would look like.
I could read you like the first 2 lines.
Oh, those are probably wonderful.
I'm sure they are. Oh my God. Assuming my document is actually loading. It's just sitting there frozen. Oh, okay. So once upon a time in the days long to come, there sat a little white house made of shells and mud on an alien shore. And in that house made of shells and mud on an alien shore lived a girl from the stars. And it continues on in that vein for about 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, absolutely charming.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds very lyrical.
That's what I was going for. My natural voice, not very lyrical, very, this happened. She's worried about stuff and things, and then she does something.
Yeah.
But
I am also really bad at speaking about my work in general.
Yeah.
So now I actually have to finish this one.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Motivation.
Right?
You gotta take it where you can get it.
That is very true.
That's what she said.
Damn.
I'm sorry. My head is in the gutter today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's fine. I'm in a weird mood. I made videos earlier today about chemtrails and
Oh my lord.
growing chip bag trees. And I'm weird.
Oh yeah.
And what was the other one?
Hot pockets.
The hot
Hot
pocket.
Pockets.
Yeah, if
If the Hot Pockets take
it's gonna be
root,
great.
we'll have Hot Pockets for the fall.
Hey, I said that's a great idea because then right outside your office door is lunch every day.
Yeah.
Which is
I want you to know, I laughed for
Which-
a good 15 minutes at that.
which
Yeah.
flavor? I'm very intrigued. By
I
these
don't
hot-
know. The
I think
whole
it's
front lawn
barbecue.
at work is covered in fucking trash. And so I was showing them the crocuses, and then I kept getting to trash, and so I just started saying that was a plant too, because
Ah, that makes sense.
yeah. And then the chemtrails, there were jets had crossed in the sky, and then I also debunked the sun. It does not
Yes.
exist. There's no such thing
Oh
as
no,
the sun.
it's a mass hallucination.
Yeah.
It's a figure
There's no such
or
thing. So
imagination.
So that's what I did today is I just like shot down science, and now I don't have to do anything ever again. So,
A friend of my sister's once declared me a figment of everyone's imagination. She called me Figment for an entire summer.
That's lovely.
Disney
saying
character
that-
Figment is my boss's favorite Disney
Right?
character.
So clearly, my twin is the real one, and I am just a mass hallucination because clearly people want more of my sister or want a different version. I don't really. Is a thing. It was weird.
Oh, Jennifer's here. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, you can't prove that you are real.
Right?
Exactly. I had a friend who was having like a mental health problem, and she believed that she was dead. And like when she told me the story later, she was already better and able to like think about it clearly. And she kept telling me, she's like, there is no way to convince someone they aren't dead if they think they're dead.
I
She's like, you just
have
can't.
actually experienced something like that. where I get stuck in this mindset of like, what if I'm actually dead and this is purgatory, or this is like my punishment, and I'll just run with it, and then until I recognize that it's not real, and then I can start facts. I need the facts, and then I can pull myself back in. But yeah, all the time. I mean, there've been times where I'm just driving down the road and I'm like, is this real?
Is this the real life?
This could be
Is
the
this
fucking
just
Matrix,
fantasy?
How did your brain get in this particular meat suit? How are you driving it?
Right, like,
Landslide.
and the cool thing is because we're writers, we can just decide that shit.
Right?
We can make up our own. Because fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Does
That's
anybody?
exactly right.
Yeah, seriously. Does anybody else find themselves typoing the word right as in correct with the WR if they're talking about the right way of doing something while writing?
Occasionally.
Okay.
I don't know that I do. I don't know that
I don't know that I
but
write
don't-
things about that.
If I'm like doing something real fast and I don't decide to use the word correct, occasionally I'll put WRITE, and then as I'm reading through it before I send it, I'm like, oh, I'm right, but that is not the right that I want.
Right.
That is not the right.
Right? Right?
I made that typo like 4 times this week. I got all the way to the G and then I backspace.
I used the wrong there and found it when I was editing, and I wrote a mean note to myself. So when I went to put the edits in, I was like, oh, past me is a bitch! And I wanted to fight her, but she was already gone 'cause she was past me.
I mean,
Yeah.
And she was right, but like, it's still, I didn't appreciate it.
you can't fight past you, but you can punish future you.
That's
so.
true. That's true.
Which is what you did.
I did. And then I told everybody about it, so there you go.
I like to do things where I get a high five past me, which ends up looking about like that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm nice to pass future Morgan.
Yeah.
Like when I have leftovers and they're tasty.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I can't like think about future Dana because I have to keep like present Dana from thinking that she's dead and life isn't real.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you got to do.
That's right.
Right.
Some days are harder than others.
That is very true.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like everybody I know has watched The Matrix.
Right.
I have not. Like I have seen bits and pieces of the first one, but I just didn't understand what it was about. And so when I talk to people about this, like this thought in my mind that this isn't real and, I'm stuck somewhere or whatever the case may be, they're like, oh, well, maybe you just, watch The Matrix too much. And I'm like, no, not really my movie watching preference, but thanks.
I mean, part of the reason it resonated is because that is a feeling that most people have at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think, maybe not this is a simulation, but there's a reason the dream within the dream is a trope.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
MM Ward is here. Hello. I'm good tonight. How are you?
I wonder if I could like do an erotic dream within the dream.
But who's the dreamer? Oh shit. No, we need to do a sprint. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's David Lynch, and once that starts and coming out of my mouth, then everybody's fucked. So it just ends
There's
the
just
stream.
nowhere to go after that.
It just devolves into a mess. So I've got to re-gear myself. So we're gonna do a sprint. We're gonna do 15 minutes. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Save me from myself. And that is time, everybody. How did you do? That's the best you're getting out of me tonight. I'm really weird
I didn't
today.
do anything. I puttered on the internet.
I mean, that's part of the process. I got $3.99.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It took me 10 minutes to get a map open when I needed to look at it. And so I only got like 30 words.
How did everybody do in the chat, y'all? I think it populates faster on YouTube than it even does in the studio. So I'll open the YouTube window. Yeah, it took me a while to get going, actually. So the $3.99 is super impressive because I probably only wrote for 10 minutes.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, I let myself space out for a bit first because I haven't written recently, so I figured to let myself drift away.
I was eating and writing. I've been writing this chapter all day, because it's not coming to me in like one solid flow. It's like this part, go wash the dishes. Oh, there's the next part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've written like
So
that before.
I got 290 words.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yay! Yeah. I'm happy
He has
with
a
it.
little over 3K for the day. That's amazing.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
Impressed, seriously. I am now shamed into maybe actually typing next sprint.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Well, and Jennifer told us yesterday that she's got a book that's going to be released this year.
Yeah, she had
I was
mentioned that.
really super excited for her.
Yeah.
So exciting.
That is an exciting thing. So, should we do another sprint? I told you guys
We'll
I'm
jump
off
right
tonight.
into it.
Yeah, I'm just off tonight.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it might. I mean, I might feel better in a little bit here.
Like, hold on. I started doing this like tree planting thing with Tamara. It's a much nicer like way to stay organized.
A less abusive app.
Yeah, it doesn't yell at you. It doesn't call you abusive things. It's not so way better than CJ's.
The
abuse.
shame timer.
It is a shame timer.
That's right. And it's I guess it's called the forest, which is,
Yeah. I've used that.
So I started using it and I actually like it.
It is super cute.
Yeah.
I'm super cute.
You are super
You
cute.
are.
You and your crocuses and tulips and chips bags.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I am ready
All right.
when you are.
Let's do 15 minutes in 3, 2. I counted down backwards with my hand last time. 1. Oh, good God. Just put me out of my misery. Okay, and that is time. How did everybody do?
I got
Go.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I got 121 words and created reminders for the Science Fiction Club's monthly meeting tomorrow.
Oh, hey.
And told somebody that the book club title is misspelled
Oops.
in like 5 different emails.
Awkward.
Yup. And on the website.
Oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
dear God.
CJ, how'd you do?
I got 151.
Awesome. Dana, you are muted. How did you do?
I got completely distracted trying to figure out how to plant a tree without being in a room. And yeah, I still haven't figured it out, but it's all good. I'll figure it out eventually. And then I got a phone call from Genevieve, I got a phone call from Quentin, who's got a new girl that he's interested in. And he's like, oh, hey, I just got your text message, but unfortunately, I'm already over here doing this thing. And I'm like, okay. I'm missing like plates and bowls and stuff. And so I told both of the boys, I was like, hey, bring your dishes out to the kitchen so that I can wash them. And yeah, so he called me and he was like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm already with this chickie boom and and I was like, okay, all right, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can do it tomorrow. Because, you know, I just love washing dishes on Saturdays.
Right?
Right?
Oh, Charlie Dorset is here. Hello, Charlie. How are you tonight? I got 414. I don't know what this overachiever shit is tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's amazing.
This mood is working for this story.
This bitch is weird and it's great.
I know. I'm like,
I don't know.
you are on fire.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. That's all.
Did you like take your focus medicine before the?
No, I don't have any focus medicine.
Mm.
That doesn't make me focus. That just makes me go bye-bye. I haven't been listening to lyrics tonight. That was one of the things that I wanted to try tonight because I have been having a harder time focusing. I think I'm having a harder time focusing because everything in general is more stressful than it usually is. But
Right.
I was like, well, let me try not having lyrics. And so I've been listening to like dark ambient melodies, which really is just like whooshing and tiny fart noises. But it's working.
Right.
Tiny fart noise.
It is. It's like
Whoosh.
yeah, and then whooshing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, we're gonna change the name of this stream to whooshing and tiny fart noises. Because that's who I be.
That's delightful.
That is funny.
There we go. You know, there was one that I renamed in the middle of the stream Bananas and Boobs. And I don't even remember why, but that's what I renamed it. And that's one of my most viewed videos because people think that there's gonna be boobs in it.
I think we did talk about bananas and boobs.
We
Like,
did,
that
but
was
there
the thing.
aren't boobs in it. So anyone who
They're
clicked
not
on it, so there were boobs
unclosed
in
ones.
it, is sad now.
Yeah. I took notes at a panel about writing about sexuality. And so I got a lot of 3-second listens for that video.
Yep.
Like super spike, but no watch time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if you hit the wrong chord with people. Tiny Fart Noises is a band name. I could go for that. It is freaking Friday. You messaged me on Twitter. I was gonna tell you, like, I'm streaming, yo. But then I was like, well, she can't come, so I didn't want to like harass you. So I'm talking to Aphrodite. I just started talking and didn't say who I was.
Oh, I'm like,
I'm talking to Aphrodite. She's in the chat.
I was confused for a second, and then I saw that she had. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's freaking Friday again.
Yeah, but she had messaged me on Twitter, and I was gonna say like, "Hey, I'm streaming," and then I was like, "Well, but you know, like, I always worry that someone's gonna think that like, if they don't come, if I do that, that they're gonna think I'm gonna be upset, and I wouldn't be, but I don't want someone to worry that I'd be upset. So I'm
Right.
like incredibly self-conscious about that stuff. So
So instead, it's left on us to feel like we're imposing by asking.
no, because that's why I did the open invitation.
I know.
That's why I started with that, is because I hate asking people to.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I thought it was Friday. I streamed till 1:30 in the morning and said something to Travis about Friday night, and then I was like, oh, it is Thursday, isn't it?
Oops.
Yes, it is. So, there you go. We are on the shit list over there. You are silly,
It says-
Aphrodite.
You're slacking off. Hit that start button.
See?
All
That bitch
right.
got a
Also,
mouth.
hit that thumbs up button.
Hey, that wouldn't upset me. I'd love that. Speaking of hitting buttons, I should hit the button so that we should do 15 more minutes.
Yes. So my phone stops yelling at me.
Yeah, I'm tired of its dumbass. All right,
We all are.
right? I'm gonna punch it in its stupid phone face.
The scene is going
Do it.
so slow.
Punch it.
No dialogue.
No, I just got a new monitor. The other one caught fire. Okay, let's go. In 3, 2, 1, 15 minutes, do some things. All right, whoosh, everybody, whoosh. I did not do as much as I've been doing, but I also didn't do bad. I got a whopping 139, which compared to the other numbers is low, but that's not a bad 15-minute sprint still. No, I don't think it's bad, Ginny, but I'm definitely weird today. Definitely weird. Some days I'm just like especially full of shit, and today is one of those days. I think it started with Twitch last night. It was a long night of me just talking shit on Twitch. So if you ever want to just hear me talk shit and not actually like do stuff, Twitch is the place for that. I just talk randomly. We watched Bad American Idol and X Factor and Britain's Got Talent auditions. And we watched Shaquille O'Neal making normal things look tiny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you guys were still doing the auditions, the bad auditions.
Yeah.
And then I had asked about the name of the girl who has her own YouTube channel, but I don't think you ever gave it to me.
Her name is... I'll have to remember it. Hold on.
She's the one who looks and acts like Pink.
Pink one, yeah.
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 Somebody in the comments might know. She's fairly well known. Yeah, it's just a mess on Twitch. I play Among Us on Thursday nights most of the time, but we had a really low turnout this week. So we played for like an hour, and then I just talked shit. I talked about YouTube drama. I talked about Shaq being huge and making everything look tiny. Him drinking a water bottle was the funniest thing I've seen in ages.
Mm-hmm.
A tiny little water bottle.
He like pinches it.
And it looks like a tube. Like it just looks like a little tube, and it's like a whole water bottle.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
You could use your dad's, like, what is it?
Yeah.
10 gallon.
Yeah, it was...
Or 1 gallon, or however many gallons that thing is.
I think it was 40 ounces, I think is what it was.
It's ridiculous. No, it's more than 40 ounces.
No, 64. It's 64 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Chris
say,
carries my little brother carries the 40.
It's so silly. But he would make that look like a normal cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just look like, oh, that's Shaq's cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I had already been drinking by that point, so it was really funny to me at that point. So it was
Oh, yeah.
it was a good
Yeah.
Yeah, and I keep thinking I'm gonna play another video game over there, but then like by the time we're done with Among Us, I don't necessarily feel like switching over to something else.
You should play Cattails.
I think I'm going to play Cattails. I think I'm gonna start a new save to play over there because it's not terribly popular on Twitch, but like it's so cute.
It is. It's adorable.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Stardew Valley, but you're a cat. For anyone who is unaware of it and plays video games.
And it is lovely.
It is pretty lovely. So,
And you get to beat up other cats.
how did everybody do in the comments? Jenny got Scrivener open.
Oh, I was gonna say, Morgan's looking at the camera and her mouth is moving.
Sorry.
Oh no!
I just unmuted myself. It's okay. I was talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
I
You
was
were warming up.
how much is the game? Because my niece loves anything cat related.
Like $8 or $10. It's not much.
Okay, and it's totally appropriate for a 9-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the most inappropriate part of it is that the cats have to catch and eat little animals.
Like you pounce on them.
But that's
and kill
what
them.
cats do. Like
Yeah, no.
So
So
as long as you're not like against the general circle of life, then it's
So
not.
so it's called Cat's Way.
Cattails. One word,
Cattails.
2 T's. So cat tails. All one word. It's on Steam.
Okay.
Let me see what
And it really is super cute.
it's $14.99 right now, but I got it on sale for less than that. So if you
And then
like,
Oh, maybe that's what my niece spent like 20 minutes showing me when I came over. I think it is.
That's
Is there
too
like
funny.
a mystic one that glows blue and stuff? I went over to see my brand new baby niece, her little sister, who's 14 hours old, right? And she spent 15 minutes showing me this game. Pretty sure this is the game.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
mine's in the Mystic and it isn't blue, but that doesn't mean that doesn't happen at some point.
Right. She's trying to collect all the different cats you can get to play as and stuff.
Okay,
and
no,
things.
that's a different game because you can't play as different. Like you get one cat in this, so like one cat at a time. You can play a bunch of different games with different cats, but you play as one cat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
She's like, hey, everybody's coming to see this new kid. You get to come and see me. Come on.
Right?
I mean, I was the only one who came to see because I'd been quarantining for the birth and everything else like that.
Right.
So
Right on.
yeah. I got to be there. I got to cut the cord. It was amazing.
Oh,
Where was
hello.
He was holding mom's hand and was like, "Nope, I'm good. I don't need to cut it."
Oh, wow. Right on.
Yeah. It once we got to the birthing center, it was less than an hour before the baby was out.
Right on.
So yeah.
Like, even though I've had 2 children, I haven't cut any cords. So I'm like, what does it feel like? Is it like squishy?
So it took like 3 or 4 like snips to get through it. It's just kind of like cutting through, like if you're cooking like skin and cartilage, you know, that kind of snippy. It was weird. It was a weird feel.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, usually the skin that I'm cooking is crispy. So
I would imagine
Uncooked.
that something like that would be a relatively unique feeling.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
That's
think it
what
would
I
have to be.
figured. Yeah. Because it's kind of like
I'm not a being present at a birth kind of lady. I'll see that baby when it's walking kind of lady.
I was there for both of my sister's babies being born, and both times it was a water birth. First time at home, second time at the birthing center.
I am scared to death of water births.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
They don't have to breathe until after the cord's cut.
My kid was breathing before the cord was cut. Like both of them.
Oh yeah. But until they have that first breath, they don't need to actually worry about that.
Yeah, but the kind of luck that I have, they would both like as soon as they came out, and then it's a completely irrational fear of drowning, because it's not like the baby didn't just live for almost a year in water. But
yeah.
that was in the cocoon of my body, and now it's out of the cocoon, and I just, so it freaks me out. It's crazy, but I totally admire the women who can pull it off.
But my sister is low risk and everything else. I know that, a natural childbirth is not for everyone and everything else like that, but it has worked for her, and she's never doing this again.
Yeah.
Nope, never again. I'm done.
I've found that for most medical decisions that you should really just kind of let a person make their decision with their doctor and leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I did all natural births with both of my kids, and after Mini Monster was born, I knew I was done. I was like, I am so done. We're good. This fucking hurts, and
And we're done.
we're done.
The labor was pretty low key, and then she's like, I think it's kicking in. Then she called and said, it's definitely kicking in. We get to the birthing center, less than an hour later, the baby's out. Like, she had 5 contractions at the place, and then they're like, oh, it might be time to get in the pool and start pushing.
Oh, I thought you like chill in the pool while you're having contractions.
You can. It depends. For this one, the pool was for the birthing, so they didn't want her in there until they checked things. But like five contractions in once we got into the building at like 1:15 in the morning.
Wow.
Water burst. They're like, "You are fully dilated. Let's go."
Oh no.
And then, she's pushing and she's like, "I don't want to do this anymore." And they had the little wand and they checked the baby's heart rate. And they're like, "Okay, you need to take deep breaths." And it was really cool to like watch my sister take a deep breath and the heart rate go back up to a healthy level.
Right.
Baby.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. It was cool. It was, I mean, I know that my sister has been very lucky with her birthing stories, but it was a great experience.
Right on.
And the kid was born at like 2:50 in the morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We got there at 2. Baby was out by 2:50. I was almost asleep and I got to call at 1 a.m. I'm going backwards, but yeah. So they did like they checked mama and baby every 15 minutes for the first hour, then every half hour, and then about 5 o'clock we all left and let them sleep. And then after the morning checkup, they were home by lunch.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I threatened both of mine. I was like, if you're not out by bedtime, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And what's funny is Elijah was born at like 9:06 p.m.
Uh-huh.
and Mini Monster was born at like 6:09 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really, really weird. But they both followed the rules. They did not interrupt my sleep.
Yeah.
They followed the rule.
Yeah.
That is lovely.
They've always been good about following rules.
We should hop on another sprint, y'all.
Yeah.
So that we can get the last one in.
Sorry, I didn't
No,
mean
you're
to.
fine. You're fine. I just don't want to. I'd want us to try to get 4.
I get that.
So we should do a last sprint, 15 minutes, and then we will wrap, and everything will be swell. And I don't know. Yeah. All right. In
And
3,
thanks and stuff.
2, 1, do some things, or don't do things. I'm not your mother. Okay, and that is time. How did everybody do? Do. Dun dun dun. I didn't get anything written. I talked to this dude. He had shit to say. Mostly, meow.
I mean, priorities, yo.
Yeah.
I got another 100 words.
My face
I
smells
got-
weird.
50 words and fell down a research rabbit hole on banking in the 1890s.
Oh, and I finished my weekly roundup, which is just a blog post of links of where all the things I've done this week are and what I've been reading.
I got 161 words, was visited by Odin's son, and I'm really regretting putting sour cream in my beans and taco meat because now I have to put it in the microwave.
Fair
It
enough.
is what it is. Oh, is that a Zug or a Mr. Crowley?
That's Crowley. Zug does not get down with people like this.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say he looks on the camera. He looks really smooth. Like
They are the same color, really. They just she's got the white belly, and he's got like bald. He's got like thinning hair back here, but it's hard to see. But yeah, he's slowly like sliding up me. Like if I lean forward,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no.
he's afraid that I'm going to put him down. So when I lean forward, he has to get further up.
Oh.
Dork.
Have you ever noticed, like, do long hair cats shed as much as short hair cats?
They shed differently, I think. At least Dreamer does. No, Frisky was the same way. She's got like almost like a dog's undercoat.
Mm-hmm.
And the wispies are really the biggest problem. Like the thick underneath part doesn't seem to shed much, but the wisps just pour off of her.
Right.
So they shed a lot different. Like Mr. Crowley sheds more weight and she sheds more area. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his what he sheds is thicker hair.
Right. Odin's son's hair is like glue.
Orange tabbies are known to shed like fucking crazy.
Yeah. And my sister has 3 long haired cats. And like I sat on her couch and when I stood up, there wasn't any hair stuck to me.
Yeah, like Dreamer, I'll find a chunk, but I usually don't find hairs.
Right.
Crowley, I have like hairs everywhere. I'm just covered in pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hers
Like,
you can
I
kind of
really-
grab clumps and toss them.
Yeah. I really considered getting one of those. Remember those velvet like lint?
Yeah, those actually work pretty
rollers?
good for cat hair.
Yeah. That's
They
what
do.
I was like, I need to go get one of those because he's everywhere. Tala got on my bed and she got off my bed and Tala was off my bed. Odin's son gets on my bed, sleeps for the night, and when he gets up in the morning, he's still on my bed. Like, what the heck? And then it gets under the sheets and it gets on your eyes and it gets all over your face and it's like, oh.
Yep.
So yeah. So I didn't know if it was like a short hair cat problem or
I think it also, like, it is a lot more common with cats to have just, like, essentially a mutt, but there might be some breeding in there, like, certain breeds shed differently than others. I think Maine Coons shed different than other, like, their coat is just different than other cats' coats. And things like that. So I think that also plays a factor. And because people don't breed cats like they do dogs, you are less likely to know that you have like a Maine Coon tabby that was mixed with a Devin Rex. Like you're not going to do that. That doesn't happen. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So
like
that's
Shira, she had more of like a pelt. Like she didn't really shed at all.
yeah.
And I miss that no shedding hypoallergenic
Yeah.
cat. Not that I don't love Odin's son. Everybody gets like a million pictures of him sleeping on his duck feathers.
He's a happy cat. I like a good
He
happy
really
cat,
is.
especially a big
yeah.
orange tabby. I love them.
Oh, he was so cute. The other day, he had his paws like tucked up underneath him. He was like sleeping all tucked up,
Like a loaf.
But he was, yeah. I was like,
That's a loaf. That's an orange loaf.
I was like, you're just a little handsome guy,
At
aren't
my
you?
parents' house, they had a chair that was like this short compared to the table, and Crowley would sit on the chair and put his elbows on the table and just stare at you.
Oh
It was
wow!
so weird. I was like, why do you look like we're in a meeting? Like, what are you doing?
I have something I need to
Yeah,
say.
he's like, we need to talk about some things.
A friend of mine has like the super cool, you take the lid off and you can leave your gaming stuff on there with the minis and then you put the top back on. It comes up to here on me. And so like when we sit to game, my sister and I will get pillows and put them under us on the chairs so we don't feel like we're little kids sitting at the grown-ups table.
Right?
Yeah.
Although, they could just like trim like 2 inches off the legs. I don't know. Anyway.
Is he tall?
No, some of it's, it's got some kind of, because it's so deep to hold this stuff, you don't want to hit your legs on the underside of it. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's just made very large as a table. And it's just maybe.
Oh, so it's like you're playing the dice game,
Yes.
that kind of a table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it might still have our game from last year. Last thing I did before lockdown was go over to his house, and his wife had baked a pie for Pie Day, and we gamed and then locked down.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
which reminds me
crazy.
I need to make a pie because Pie Day, and
It is coming up. Yeah.
it's
That's
delicious. It's a delicious day.
It
Even
is.
if it should be Tao. Sorry.
Why we gotta be all detailed about it.
I'm sorry. I absolutely love Vihart, and Tau is TAU, and it's double pi because in mathematics, so often you actually need to square pi before you can do
Right.
anything with it. So why are we using that instead of the other? It's a very cute video. Doodling in math, highly recommend. Anyway, small tangent.
Okay.
I don't
know nothing about that.
Yeah. Like, I don't math very well.
But pie? Pie day?
Why? Do you know
Or
what
Tau.
pi is?
Tau. I don't know any of that.
So pi is
Uh-huh.
3.14, blah, blah,
Well, yeah.
blah.
Yeah, no, I know what pi is, but the other thing you were talking about.
Tau is just,
Pie
Pi
squared.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, like, to find the circumference of a circle, you have to do the radius times pi squared.
Right.
So you don't actually use pi, you use
Yeah.
tau.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she has a whole big rant on it. And she also explains why the Fibonacci or why the golden ratio always shows up in stuff, in plants and stuff. And
That's a
it's
fun
not
one.
actually a divine conspiracy.
What?
I know. It's devastating.
Crazy.
Right?
Well, on that note, we should do our outros because I don't have time to talk about divine conspiracies tonight.
I'm a geek.
That's a shame. It's a
So,
shame.
all right. Well, why don't we go the opposite way and we'll start with CJ.
Hello. I am CJ Bloyer. I am a writer of themes. I burped. And yes, that's what my burps sound like. You can catch my Twitter down below and my free YA fantasy serial, The South Gear Island Chronicles. Both of those fair. I don't really have anything else. I'm here every Friday.
Because I make her.
And on the last Saturday of the month, I'm over on Tamara Woods' channel for the Writers Workshop.
Hey, look, you remembered it.
I remembered.
All right, Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. You can usually find me here on Fridays. I vlog, podcast. This week's blog and vlog is why that writing advice is both right and wrong, because, as writers, they give us so much advice. And over on the podcast, which is called, I think, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, I'm talking about how to establish a social media presence. Last week was short form like Twitter and Facebook. This week is the visual stuff, Pinterest and Instagram. I'm not an expert, but I can get you started. So Morgan Hazelwood everywhere except Twitter.
Right. But if you type in your name to search, you can tell it's
I'm
you.
like the first 3 pages of Morgan Hazelwood on the internet.
Yeah.
The first 3 pages.
I really am. I really am.
Oh, wow.
So that works
I
out.
would have never guessed.
Oh, so important.
All right, Dana.
All right, so I am Dana Gollin. I write under my pen name Ava Fox, and I have a link tree in the description where you can find all of my good stuff, my website, and all the fun, silly, goofy things I do. And you can meet Sergey.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
With his beautiful hat.
Uh-huh. With his explorer's hat.
That's true.
We went on an expedition this last week, and we found turquoise. And I'm going to be having some nice photos.
Woo-woo.
That's right.
All right, Dana's links are down below, and so are Morgan and CJ's, and mine are down below in the link tree. I believe it's the top link. I don't fucking remember where it is now. Yep, it's the top link. So we will see you guys all next Friday night at 7 p.m. Central. I should have a video on Sunday. So have a good night and a good weekend. So, yeah.